These are all the dark psychological tricks that Iman Gadzhi uses to brainwash you into buying his $5,000 courses. And I'm going to be breaking down his most recent funnel, the AI Income Workshop, happening on January 11th in just a couple of weeks here, and show you how he's using this across all his socials and all the landing pages, and show you behind the scenes of all the paywalls. So when you think of a course creator, I think a lot of people immediately go to Iman Gadzhi and an Andrew Tate kind of person. And so Iman actually has multiple different types of courses, not just his $5,000 one. He even has something that is $20,000, and that's his mastermind. Now, before you demonize him and you say that he's a scammer, there's a lot of stuff that we can learn from the way that he structures these funnels and the way that he sells info. And even though some of the stuff he talks about is all available online, I have gone through personally one of his courses, and it has helped me many years ago get my first couple of clients. And so, you take it as it comes. You are the reason that you succeed or not, and it's not a course that you buy or not. I have seen people buy courses and it not work for them, and I've seen people buy the exact same course and it changed their life. So I'm going to deep dive into the psychological tactics he uses in his content, ads, funnels, strategic moves, and how he brainwashes you into spending thousands of dollars, and how these funnels are unbelievably profitable, even though on the surface it looks like it's free. So step one is that he uses content as like hypnosis. And so you'll notice towards an event, which he does usually 3 times a year, once a quarter, more or less, like 3 to 4 times a year, he will start pumping out content that is all themed similarly to get you anchored into a way of thinking. So he will repeat the same conditioning. So he goes very broad, not super narrow and deep, because his audience is in the millions. And so it makes a lot more sense for him to go from like 18 to 35-year-old males as opposed to this specific ICP serving this specific niche. And he will use the same conditioning and the same language across all of the videos. Like you'll see here, lazy, like how to be lazy. He wants you to think, I want to make $10,000 a month. Why would I want to do it the hard way? So he's literally selling the dream here. And he's also heavy on the AI now. AI wave. Timing narrative creates this FOMO, right? So everyone seems to have more money than you. He talks about AI and how you're going to get left behind, and it's the biggest opportunity of our lifetime, and layers on the urgency. And that's in his educational content. Now you'll notice on his other platforms like Instagram and other YouTube channels where he doesn't do so much teaching, what he does is that he sells the dream lifestyle, which looks like he is just disgustingly wealthy and that he is reaping the fruits of all of the information that he's selling. And then you'll notice even on his second channel, which is his lifestyle vlog channel, he'll say at the end, like, hey, if this is a lifestyle that you want to live, then check out the free video below. And it'll usually link to one of his longer form breakdowns of how you put together an AI business, right? And then that will sell you on the next step. And so everything is orchestrated in this beautiful, beautiful way where he doesn't create this type of content because he's a cool guy and he wants you to see him living his lifestyle. He wants to get a different level of awareness. So these people are solution aware. They are at least problem aware. They are problem aware, solution aware, in between them. A lot of the people watching this content are at a completely different, they're at a completely different emotional state, and they're a completely different awareness level. So they are completely unaware. They don't know that this stuff exists. They don't know that they have a problem. They don't know that there's another option for them to escape the matrix, whatever. And so he's got all of these hooks out in the wild, hooking different levels of awareness. And so if you're wondering why your content isn't converting or your ads aren't converting, it's because you are targeting the wrong levels of awareness. Like I keep talking about this, and it blows my mind that people still think that everybody exists on the same spectrum, in the same level of awareness, when really it's a spectrum, and people are from completely non-aware, unaware to most aware. And he sends all the traffic to this landing page here. But then he's got these paid ads, which they retarget people who watch this content, who are now solution aware, and some of them are most aware, and he pushes you to make the final step, which is, okay, now you know Iman exists. You know that there is a problem. You have a problem. All right, you know Iman exists. You know that you have a problem, that this amount of wealth is not something that you can naturally do given your job. And then he pushes you to this, which is, now you are you are problem aware, now you become solution aware. He teaches you how to solve these problems, but you don't have the system, you don't have the experience. And so what he does, he retargets you based on your awareness level, and this is for the most aware prospects in the awareness stage, where he is running faceless ads, static ads, more lifestyle stuff, and he's regurgitating the same sort of information where it's like free 5-day workshop, right? And so what he does here is that he calls out a specific person, and he talks about the mindset of being stuck in a traditional system, a desire for freedom. Your job's not paying enough, you don't have time, you're feeling trapped, life controlled by systems, and you can solve all of that if you just implement our AI, because you don't need any experience, you don't need your face. AI does all the heavy lifting. And then he's like, over these 5 days, you're going to learn how to create $373 a day in recurring income. And when he gives you this specific number, which by the way breaks down to be about $10,000 a month, it makes it sound specific and achievable. You go like $375 a day, that's not that much money. That's like, if I bought a pair of shoes and went out and had a nice meal and maybe a couple cups of coffee or something like that, that's like, I feel like I could do that. If somebody tells you they're gonna show you how to make $1 million a month, you go, how do I even fathom that amount of money, right? And then he gives you like a false safety call to action. So it's a free workshop. It's a small ticket. Just click the button. He uses these words like it's just low commitment. Don't need to worry about it. And then the landing page, which you can find here, right? And I've screen grabbed this. And like if you want access to this Miro board, by the way, you can just go to school and join the free school group. I leave all of the resources in the classroom here. You'll see that I break down all these people's funnels. I've got Hormozi's stuff here, all the Miro boards. I've got a bunch of Iman's stuff as well, where I break down a lot of his personal branding secrets, and all the resources in the Miro boards are here for you as well. And this is the only place that you can get them, right? And so very soon, I'm going to be gating all of this behind a paywall, a couple bucks or something like that. So if you want access to that, the completely free school group is linked. First link in the description. Make sure you check that out. It has 5,000 business owners just like you who are all learning and communicating and sharing their experiences and getting all the good stuff that I don't put out on YouTube here for free. So I'm going to leave that linked in that school group. Make sure you check that out. So the landing page, which he is always very good at creating these landing pages, talks about 5 days to copy my AI system. And so it's just like complete brain dead simple copy paste. He knows his target audience, this 18 to 35-year-old male group, where they know that they have to change, but they don't know how to do it. And some of them are lazy, and you've tried some stuff before and it hasn't worked. And so he's removing all the friction, and he's just saying, copy my AI system. It's a system. It's not something that you have to learn. It's something you just need to plug in, push a button, and step away from. That's the feeling that he's giving you. Watch my over the shoulder as I show you the exact system that generated 8.9, not 10, not 9, $8.9 million in 90 days. Again, specificity. Who applied it last time? No showing your face, no experience needed. Super frictionless call to action, get my free ticket. No showing your face, no experience needed. Removes objections before you even have them. And then he breaks down what you're going to be learning across these 5 days. The best AI business model, like it's just the same stuff over and over and over again, but he's unbelievable at being able to repackage it in the same, in a slightly different way, the exact same information. And then how to actually build the business live, and that's the big event. And so he will slowly start to sell you on the core offer here, which is going to be one of his courses, and then upsell you into the mastermind. So here he builds proof, authority. After 10 years and $100 million earned, he's going to uncover the biggest wave in the online world. And then more proof, and how people generated this, like why you should listen to me, just if you don't know who Gadzhi is, because a lot of these people are coming, cold. He's doing a lot of reach to the unaware audiences that don't know who he is, don't know he exists, and don't even know that they have a problem. He's also a co-owner, like he acquired consulting.com. So claim your spot, right? And so he gets you to opt in. And so this is one of the psychological tricks that he uses here, which is consistency. So he doesn't just advertise it and ask you to attend on the specific day. He gets you to sign up and commit. And then he's got this like, yes, I want my VIP ticket, because who doesn't want to be a VIP, right? I just came from a little holiday, and we walked into an amusement park, and there were all these options, and there was one that said VIP, and I'm like, I just want the VIP. I am a VIP. I want the VIP. Whatever it costs, just give it to me. And so there is an audience that just will click this. And then after that, because you have opted in, you are much more likely to attend. And then if you opt into the VIP ticket, so first of all, he will text you and call you and add you to his email list and like bug the living heck out of you. And then on this page, he upsells you into so your registration is almost complete. Fill out this survey to join the group. So what he's doing here is that he's funneling in his highest intent buyers into little pods that exist in YouTube in WhatsApp groups. And I have been in multiple of these WhatsApp groups because I've opted into all of his stuff. And he will hit you with 5 or 6 notifications every single day during the event. And you can't turn them off. The only way to turn them off is to remove yourself from the group, right? And I don't want to do that because I'm going to miss out. And also because otherwise I'm not going to be able to film that stuff for you. Okay, so you can see this is just one of his WhatsApp groups. And you can see that he bombards it with so much stuff, and you cannot turn it off. And closer to the times when he's actually launching, like when was the last time? It was around October. Yeah, and he just repurposes it every single time. It just hits you with social proof, and then hits you with more calls to actions. And he even sends voice notes in here, and so you really kind of feel like you're in a group chat with a friend. It's genius. So he asks you to fill out a form, and then at the end of that form, it's another way to keep you consistent. So if you've opted in, you've given all your details over, and now you want the free resources that are in the WhatsApp group, you have to go over a bunch of hurdles, answer questions that not only gives him data, but also makes you feel like you are more committed to the process. And now you join the WhatsApp group, and you get bombarded with 5 or 6 notifications every single day to sell, to buy. He hits you with scarcity and urgency. Like there was a time last year over Black Friday when he ran a promotion to sell his digital launchpad for a lifetime offer, and after every 50 purchases, the price went up. So just so much psychological evil brainwashing going on here. I love it. So after you've filled this out, he upsells you into VIP. He's going to personally help you. Personally. Sure. So you can get your VIP ticket or just keep your free ticket. He wants to cook with us, invites you into his kitchen, and then he frames the VIP ticket as a no-brainer where you get 5 private live sessions, step-by-step, free workbooks. It's all a bunch of fluff, really. I think most people are joining because they think, well, what's the worst that can happen? I've got 100% money-back guarantee, and also I might get 5 MacBooks. and there's templates and workflows, and I want to be slightly closer to Iman. And there is a 7-day money-back guarantee. VIP members are the types of members who convert better, faster, make more money, blah, 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 right? So he's cherry-picking out social proof and then everything that you get, and so he layers this on real thick. And then the worst case is you go, well, I mean, $75, would I pay $75 to have a chance of winning 5 MacBooks? Yes. And then on top of that, I get all this other stuff, right? And I might get access to Iman. And that's the process you go through in your mind. Now you only have 2 options. You can go general session, boring, or if you're a VIP, if you're a baller, you can get the VIP. And you have the chance at all this other stuff. Worst case, you get your money back, right? Again, no questions asked guarantee. I've heard mixed reviews on if it's actually no questions asked. And so if you say yes, you go and you check out. If you say no, which I think is really, really interesting, he downsells you into the $45 Alchemy of Self. So last time, VIP included the Alchemy of Self, and I have a video where it was like a 2-hour video or something that I put together of me going through the whole process, so you can just copy. But if you want the Alchemy of Self, which is the Sam Ovens, like one of the most powerful things that Sam Ovens put out in his consulting.com accelerator, then you can get it for $45. It is an AI digital Alchemy of Self, which I think is better than having to write it down. Here's what he wrote down back then, which is obviously a lie because this is not handwriting. Every single thing I envisioned with the Alchemy of Self process became reality in 4 years, half the time I expected. Here's a whole bunch of testimonials, powerful stuff. The problem is the $2,000 program isn't available anymore. And here is his proof that he purchased the consulting.com, all the IP for $1.7 million, and it used to cost $2,000, but now you can get it for $45. And so it's, again, fantastic framing, like super high value, super low price. The chances of you succeeding is super high because these are all really normal people just like you and me. He paid $1.7 million for it. Now you can get it for $45. It's exclusive on this page. If you don't get it, you're just going to disappear. And then you won't execute. You'll self-sabotage and procrastinate. And then in the video...
All right, listen up. You are right on the edge of joining the WhatsApp group where you're going to get all of the workbooks and live session links for the AI Income Workshop. But stop everything for a second because I need to confess something.
Just like open loop, urgency.
What if I told you that everything I have right now, all of my businesses, all my properties, all my assets, all the toys, the watches, the cars, the horses, all of it, it all started with what's written on a single piece of paper. And what if...
So, again, what he's doing here is that he's going, all of the stuff that I've done in my life, everything that you want comes down to this one thing, which is the Russell Brunson one thing, like paradigm shift, the unique mechanism, the one thing, whatever you want to call it, that you have been missing this whole time. And it's the reason why most people fail. And it's really a brilliant masterclass in manipulation and psychological tactics. And then the only thing left to do is to download your ticket and then join the WhatsApp group, right? And so he sends you to... Well, actually, I'll join now because I haven't joined this one. Okay, so there are 500 other people in here. Join the group. And then he's just gonna start bombarding us with a whole bunch of stuff. Sorry, all right, I'm gonna update this. Add your member tag. Anyway, so that's the group here. You can also join it here. But the real magic comes from this idea of omnipresence. And so what he does is that he's big enough and smart enough to know that he doesn't just need to get you on one channel because most people are across all these channels. And so if he can be omnipresent across all these channels, then he can slowly seep his way into your subconscious and psychologically manipulate you and get you to take an action that he wants. So across Instagram, he's got all this organic stuff where he posts lifestyle content, and it all points you to that. So this is like mass reach, where he's reaching unaware prospects. And then he's pushing you to his YouTube to become problem aware and solution aware. And then he's retargeting you with Facebook ads to take you from outside the walled garden to inside the walled garden. And now he's got your email, phone number, and you're in a WhatsApp group. And then he starts bombarding you with conditioning. I've seen you started registration. So just like really classic direct response, simple emails, call to actions. And then at this point, you basically are being forced to join his workshop because it's the only next logical step left. There's nothing else left in this sequence. So if you resonate with any of the messaging at all, you might think to yourself, he's making a big deal about it. I do want some version of his lifestyle. I guess it's free and it's risk-free. What have I got to lose? And then he will indoctrinate you over 5 days, giving you the step-by-step process and layering on the value, anchoring it really high and being like, look, if all this did was this, right? Would that be worth it? Yes. Well, here is proof that that is possible. What are you waiting for? Like, click the button, join the thing, blah, blah, blah. And so that's really how he sells these $5,000 courses. And it's a masterclass in manipulation and psychological tactics to sell something to anybody. Now, this is a multi-million-dollar funnel, and he makes tens of millions of dollars every time he does it. But you can use the same tactics to run for your offers. And so it doesn't take a whole lot. I've got a ton of content inside the classroom here showing you exactly how to do that. So again, make sure that you join the Dopamine Digital free school group. I'll leave it linked down below. Join 5,000 other people. It is completely free. There is no catch. You get access to all of this stuff here. I do giveaways and a whole bunch of extra stuff in there. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.